Picture a Roman legion, thousands strong, marching deep into hostile, unfamiliar lands. The forests are dense, the mountains unforgiving, every shadow a potential threat. This isn't just a military campaign, it's a daily fight for survival against the wilderness. Each legionary carries nearly 40 kilograms of gear, armor, weapons, tools, and rations, making them self-sufficient and ready for anything. Cut off from supply lines, these men rely on their training, their leaders, and each other. The psychological strain is immense. Home is a distant memory, and the only reality is the endless march. Their general is their lifeline. His decisions mean life or death. Trust and camaraderie are forged in hardship, binding the legion together. Roman expansion wasn't just about battles, it was about enduring the grind. Long marches, harsh weather, and constant threats. The legion was a moving city imposing order on chaos. Their strength lay in their ability to thrive where others would falter. Victory was earned not just in combat, but in the relentless days between. Every step forward was a triumph over fear, fatigue, and the unknown. The Roman soldier was more than a fighter. He was an explorer and a survivor. This is what made the Roman legion legendary. Their true battle was with the land itself, and every day they marched, they conquered a little more of the world. As night fell, the legion didn't rest. They built a fortress. Every evening, a fortified camp rose from the wilderness, laid out with geometric precision. Surveyors marked the perimeter, and soldiers dug ditches and built ramparts, using the tools they carried. Wooden stakes formed a deadly palisade atop the earthen walls. 4 gates, each a trap for attackers, guarded the camp. Inside, tents were arranged in perfect rows, with areas for officers, cavalry, and supplies. This nightly ritual was more than defense. It was a projection of Roman order and discipline. For the soldiers, it brought security and a sense of home. For enemies, it was a demoralizing display of organization and resolve. The camp was a statement. The Romans were here to stay. Every night, the wilderness was transformed into Roman ground. Their discipline turned chaos into control. An army marches on its stomach, and the Romans mastered this truth. Deep in enemy territory, legions lived off the land, systematically foraging for grain, livestock, and supplies. Foraging parties, guarded by cavalry, scoured the countryside, taking what was needed, by force if necessary. This fed the army and starved the enemy. Each soldier's diet was simple: wheat rations ground into flour, baked into hard bread, or cooked as porridge. Bacon, cheese, and sour wine mixed with water. Posca rounded out their meals. Soldiers cooked and ate in groups of 8, sharing duties and building camaraderie. A single legion needed over 15 tons of grain each month, a logistical feat. The Romans turned food supply into a weapon, ensuring their strength and the enemy's weakness. Organization and efficiency kept the army moving. Every meal was a victory over hunger and uncertainty. The legion's survival depended on relentless organized foraging. Logistics was the silent engine of Roman conquest. Water was life for the Roman legion. Camps were sited near rivers or springs, with scouts searching ahead for fresh sources. Contaminated water meant disease, so purification was essential, boiling or mixing with vinegar to make posca. In dry regions, Romans dug wells, built cisterns, and even constructed aqueducts to ensure a steady supply. Water discipline was strict. Officers enforced careful rationing and protected sources from contamination. The legion's engineering turned scarcity into abundance. Every drop was guarded as fiercely as any fortress. The ability to secure water kept the army healthy and mobile. Roman attention to detail made water a strategic asset. Their survival depended on mastering this most basic need. To conquer, the Romans had to move, and so they built roads. Legions were mobile construction crews carving all-weather highways through forests and mountains. Soldiers cleared paths, laid foundations, and paved roads with stone, creating routes that would last centuries. These roads allowed rapid movement of troops and supplies, reinforcing Roman control. They were symbols of power, stamping the empire's authority onto the land. Bridges, siege works, and fortifications followed, engineering as a weapon of war. The landscape became an ally, not an obstacle. Roads connected the empire, enabling swift response to threats. Every mile built was a step toward victory. The pickaxe and shovel were as vital as the sword. Roman engineering reshaped the world to their advantage. Their roads were arteries of conquest. The empire marched on stone. The greatest threats weren't always enemy swords, but exhaustion, hunger, and disease. Roman commanders prioritized their soldiers' health, fueling them with high-calorie rations and enforcing strict hygiene. The contubernium system ensured efficient meal prep and boosted morale. Each legion had medics and field hospitals, skilled in treating wounds and illness. Sanitation was enforced, latrines were dug away from water, and waste was managed with military precision. Discipline kept disease at bay, preventing the epidemics that crippled other armies. Organization and care kept the legion strong and ready. The Romans fought invisible enemies with the same rigor as any foe. Their system of health and hygiene was a force multiplier. Survival depended on more than combat, it was a science. The Roman legion's true power wasn't just in battle, but in mastering the environment. They transformed wild landscapes into ordered, controlled spaces. Every camp, road, and bridge a mark of Roman system. Relentless preparation and discipline turned every soldier into an engineer and every challenge into an opportunity. Logistics, engineering, and organization were their greatest weapons. The legion was a moving city, each man a vital part of a greater whole. They didn't just survive, they imposed their will on the land. Forests became timber, rivers became bridges, and chaos became order. The Romans conquered not just with swords, but with systems. Their legacy was built on turning adversity into advantage. The secret of their success: discipline, ingenuity, and the power to shape the world. That's how the Roman legion conquered the unknown.